NBA players make millions every season, and some of them are especially generous and donate a good portion of their income for a good cause. Now, assuming you haven't been living under a rock, I'm sure you know the YouTube's most genius creator, Mr. Beast. See, almost exactly 2 years ago, in 2019, he launched a huge project called #TeamTrees with the sole purpose of trying to raise $20 million to plant 20 million trees. With the help of millionaires, billionaires, and the rest of the world's population, they managed to do just that. But this year, Beast decided to do something even bigger. He launched a project called #TeamSeas, but this time, he plans to raise $30 million to put 30 million tons of trash out of the ocean. Will he make it? With the help of the richest, including some NBA athletes, I think there's nothing to worry about. So these are the most charitable NBA players who will likely donate to #TeamSeas. And for the first one, there ain't any fear that he won't dedicate some cash to help clean our planet. He's known for being the most charitable NBA player on the planet, and being the king, it's only fair. In case you haven't guessed yet, I'm talking about LeBron James. He's the main star of the NBA and one of the few basketball players of our time who didn't care for the university, so he just didn't go to one. He came to the professional league from school, but nevertheless, throughout his career, James actively supported various educational programs. In 2018, the financial capacity of his charitable foundation grew so massive that James was able to afford to open a school in his hometown of Akron, Ohio. And you'd think he opened a sports or a private school, but you're wrong, my man. His school is an ordinary public one, in which every child can study. Now, do you remember the controversial program where James had to choose which team to play with? It was a fundraising event that was able to raise up to $6 million. He donated the entire amount to his chosen charities, so without a doubt, he's gonna throw in some cash to help make the ocean cleaner, because if he supports such an important thing as the schooling system, he must be aware that our planet is just equally as important. Next up, we've got probably one of the notable rivals of LeBron James, and it's Kevin Durant. Back in 2018, KD surprised the kids when he decided to help the Boys and Girls Clubs in Menlo Park, California. He paid for the graduates for their first year of college, which is truly amazing. Despite the fact that KD himself does not regularly comment on charity activities, the effort and love he puts in helping others are unexplainable. He might not look like it, but he's such a loving guy. Just in 2017 alone, he donated over $13 million, which is an insane amount of money for most people, and for that, they call him a superhero, on and off the floor. Well, to be honest, I've never heard anyone say that he's a superhero on the floor, but regardless, Overall, he's a very modest person, and the majority of his deeds are not known to the general public, which is why his probable donation to #TeamSeas will most likely remain a mystery, unless he decides to expose himself on the scoreboard, of course, with a cheeky line perhaps, which could always happen, it's still KD. Now the third dude we'll talk about is quite familiar to the number 3. Not only because he wears number 30, but also scores a megaload of buckets from behind the 3-point line. To no surprise, it's Stephen Curry. Like many other NBA players that we've mentioned today, and some that we won't and didn't, Curry devotes a lot of attention to charity. For every 3-pointer he makes, he donates 3 bed mosquito nets to Nothing But Nets Malaria Foundation. He even went to a village himself to help people set up those nets in their homes. What a good guy! Also, in 2019, the basketball player responded to the request of a resident of a city who shared photos of an outdated basketball court. The resident said that the city refused to provide assistance and was not willing to help financially, so our boy Steph jumped right in and was the one to help renovate the court. During his career, he also supported a wide range of charity activities. We can mention the Animal Rescue Foundation as well. At the same time, the Golden State shooting guard travels around the world to combat different diseases and protect human rights. So I'm sure he'll be more than down to protect some of the waters as well. Therefore, his donation to #TeamSeas is probably unavoidable. But just right after Curry, there's this one player, the most explosive of them all, who plays the game with incredible fire and passion, dunking on the basketball field and in the charity field. And it's, well, Russell Westbrook. When he's not working with the league's community organization called NBA Cares, Westbrook is busy with his own charity called Why Not Foundation, and it's been going since 2013. Around Christmas time in December that year, Westbrook's foundation teamed up with Citizens Caring for Children to give back to Oklahoma's 10,000 plus children in foster care. At this specific charity event, Westbrook's team gave away backpacks full of gifts like Jordan brand shoes, clothing, and books, among other things. Now, I know this might not sound a lot, but just hop into the shoes of a young kid receiving that kind of gifts. Yeah, I bet it's not hard to imagine, and the feeling is just the best. Now that your heart has been filled with warmth, and you've probably found out that even though the NBA players flex on everyone, they do help others and donate millions of dollars for good deed, why don't you hop on Mr. Beast's website down in the description and donate a few dollars to help make the seas cleaner? #TeamSeas launched today, and it's for the better of our planet, so it would almost feel wrong not to be a part of it.